Hey guys, and welcome back to the Heroes Finals of the Malaysian Finals happening right now. Black Sheep 5 taking game number 1 in the first best of 3 series. If they are to win this game or the next one, they will ultimately win it all and take the first place prize pool of 9,000 ringgit as well as the first seed going into the C regionals for the Malaysian representatives. So both these teams have already qualified for the C regionals, which will be happening in about 2 weeks' time, both Black Sheep 5 and Sabun. But right now, they're just fighting for prize money as well as seeding, which is really important as well. So the drafting has already started. My name is Arctic Shadow, and joining me today is Bex. It's been a really long day. We've been up since about 9 a.m. till now, casting non-stop for your enjoyment. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the cast. Thank you all those who continue to support us, support me as I bring you the cast. It may not be perfect just yet, but we will get there. Anyway, getting into the draft, Mr. Bex. We see Asmodan and ETC being banned out due to the fact the map is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. So we saw what Black Sheep 5 could do with the Asmodan in one of their earlier games when they were going up against Team ABC. And on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, it's definitely easy for Asmodan to spiral out of control, which is understandable why he was banned out. Over on Black Sheep 5, we see Zul and Tiranda being banned out. I think not much to say about that as well. Zul has just recently been able to make it into the competitive scene. But this is what I want to talk about. They have that Illidan, they have that Tasada, and they have that Rhaegar. This could very well end here, my friend.
Yep. So this was actually really interesting to see how the players drafted this out. Sabun was worried about the Asmodan pickup by Black Sheep 5 since they would have the first pick. So they said, okay, fine, we'll ban Asmodan because it is, after all, Tomb of the Spider Queen. So how does Black Sheep 5 respond? And like, all right, that's fine. We'll just take Illidan.
Yep. At the end of it all, it's all about those mind games. When you ban out like a hero like Asmodan, now you have to deal with a hero like Illidan who has the support of Tasada as well as the Rhaegar now. So it's, you know, based off this draft, I finally gonna get to see Diablo too. But yeah, based off this draft right now, I would say Black Sheep 5 just wins it because of that Illidan and Tasada. And we've seen how well they have executed their plays as well. You know, it's just been really well executed from Team Black Sheep 5. So it's going to be really, really tough for Sabun. So taking a look at both teams' draft right now, over on Sabun, on a small map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, they do have the Muradin, Li Ming, Kael'thas, Uther, and Diablo. This is something to take note of as well. They have both the strong mages. So they both have the Li Ming and the Kael'thas to dish out the DPS. They have strong frontline in the form of Muradin as well as that Diablo, and they have a strong support in Uther. By no means is Sabun's draft bad at all. It is also really, really powerful and really, really strong, especially considering they have both those mages. They are going to be dishing out tons of burst damage DPS onto Black Sheep 5. But if you take a look at Black Sheep 5's lineup, Sylvanas, Tyrael, Rhaegar, Tasada, as well as Illidan. We've spoken about this before. Illidan and Tasada, the perfect combination in terms of helping him and keeping him alive and giving him those buffs. Rhaegar to provide the support that is needed. Sylvanas, we've just seen him being a staple hero so far of Black Sheep 5. Almost every single game we do see it picked up. It's strong push potential and the amount of DPS he does during those fights with those arrows as well. Tyrael is where I get a little bit confused. Not too sure how Tyrael fits into this entire build, because generally when you pick an Illidan, you go with 5-man deep, not like a no-tank build. And this time they go with a bruiser like Tyrael. I would have preferred to see a hero like maybe like Sonya, you know, even. Because Sonya can benefit from the Tasada buffs as well. So I don't really know how Tyrael fits into this here.
You actually bring up a good point. Sonya is considered, at least for right now, a tier 1.
Yeah.
So that's kind of surprising that we haven't seen him picked up at all.
Yeah, throughout this entire competition. But I think Sonya is generally more of specific heroes. In fact, I think Sonya is accounted to well. So I'm surprised they didn't ban out the Sonya. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I'm not 100% sure on this. But Sonya, you know, I think it's a pretty hard counter to Illidan. But I would have liked to see Sonya picked up instead of the Tyrael. Tyrael brings quite a bit to the plate. You know, he does have that sanctification, which will keep an area in, basically everyone in that area gets a divine shield. So that's more of a defensive skill and to keep them out of those fights. I can understand maybe he's getting the sanctification for like the amount of burst damage coming out from like Kiltas and Li Ming. But personally, I think they should have gone with a bit more DPS build, like maybe even a, as I mentioned, a Sonya or whatnot. So it's a pretty interesting draft that they went and decided to go with. But Black Sheep 5, they know exactly what we're doing. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm sure they have tried and tested lots of combinations during scrims and whatnot. But final predictions here, Bex, as we go into game number 2 of this first best of 3 series.
I think it's going to be really even. Because you have to keep in mind, sure, they have the Illidan, but Sabun has Uther and Diablos. Both of them can shut down the Illidan really easily. Because their stuns do not need to be targeted, right? They just click on Illidan and it goes. So they have the Muradin to peel for them and cover the front line, while Uther or Diablo can help protect the Kilthas and the Li Ming. So they have 2 mages that will be protected at all times. So that is going to be really scary for Black Sheep 5 actually.
That is very, very true. They do have Uther and Diablo, which can cancel Illidan, and along with that Muradin as well, third stun coming in, just lots of stuns to cancel out this Illidan. He could easily get shut down. So maybe that is also the reason that they decide to go with the Tyrael for the sanctification. I do expect Tyrael to be body hugging Illidan a little bit more, like a little or something, just to get the sanctification off on him should he get targeted down by the opponents really heavily. But anyway, I think the game is about to start. I do see, we are going into the loading match. Final prediction from myself, I think it's going to be pretty close, but I think Black Sheep 5 has this just based off how we've seen them been playing during their tournaments and their drafts and how they've been executing it out. And when they get a combination of like Illidan and Tassadar, sometimes, it's one of those combinations that just can go unstoppable here. So if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the finals of the Malaysian finals happening right now. Both these teams, Sabun Warriors, as well as Black Sheep 5, have qualified for the regionals happening in 2 weeks' time. Just before we start the game, as we get into it, just some quick shout outs to our sponsors: Razer, our official peripheral sponsor, and XSplit, our official streaming partner. Do make sure to check out some of their stuff. As usual, we have our Twitter shout outs going on, so tweet at us at HGCSEA. I repeat, HGCSEA, and you will be featured on the stream. Well, you have a chance to be featured. So anyway, jumping into the game, this is game number 2 in this best of 3 series. Over on the blue side, we will have Team Sabun Gaming, Deadly Fatman playing the Muradin, MNGPK, this time going to be on Li Ming instead of his staple Greymane. Endao going to be on Kiltas, FZ on Diablo, and Exist on Uther. Over on the red side, though, we do have the current PEEP players of Black Sheep 5 who are basically 1 foot in the door of securing that first place money. Kinky Fairy on the Rhaegar, Sephiria on Tyrael, Yamato going to be on Tassadar, Zekirza on Illidan, and Scrub on Sylvanas. This is interesting. Yamato has switched roles to a support in the form of Tassadar. That's usually not his general role. So I'm surprised that they actually went with Yamato going on the Tassadar.
Well, Black Sheep 5 players are really versatile. We've seen them play every single role pretty much, as Diablo might be in some trouble right here. He's getting attacked, he's getting ganked, but does manage to run away, charges the Illidan away, and will be safe for now.
Yeah, top lane FZ almost getting caught out of position there. Bottom lane, we do see that Sylvanas, Exist, and Endao, they're just waiting in the fray of things. They do take note, they also have the Tornado of definitely does. The Fatman though at this top lane, he's gonna get picked off here, but he's gonna have to be fine with that Dwarf Toss as he gets away. So on such a small map like this, when rotations are key, right now, to be honest, I'm seeing that Team Sabun Gaming is having a slightly better time just because of the amount of stuns that they have, and they're able to clear those creep waves pretty fast themselves as well. Diablo at the top lane has to be careful. This is where map awareness is really important. They knew exactly that he was coming. Thankfully, he will be able to get behind his walls to survive there, but he definitely needs to be a bit more aware in terms of that map awareness for sure. He easily could have gotten picked off there. He saw the entire red team rotating towards that top, but he refused to get back just before they popped out of that brush there. So they have to be careful. Top lane though, Yamato now going to find into Deadly mount him, and that's going to be it. No kills just yet from either team as they just continue to do what they do best, which is rotate between lanes, trying to set something up, waiting for the other team to make a mistake. And because he could be the first one to make this mistake, he goes in on the wrong side, gets stunned out. Here comes the Rhaegar with the heal as well. Shield going to be popped onto Dikaza, but the amount of stuns coming up from him is just too crazy. Deadly Fat Man with the Dwarf Toss in to stun the Clap, but he himself could be in some trouble now. FZ coming from the side. Tasada going to be able to get away, but Deadly Fat Man, same kid, he's going to be able to get away as well. Saphira dropping really low. Tyrael not going to be able to be kept alive, and finally he is going to fall. They used everything on the Illidan to keep him alive, and that led to Tyrael falling in that clash there. So really unfortunate. I think Illidan needs to take a step back. He doesn't want to go ham straight up because, you know, they have 4 stuns on the opponent's team. So, and a huge amount of bursts. It's going to be really hard for your team to deal with that. So they have to be careful for sure.
Yeah, and on a small map like this, 2 things are really important. Rotations as well as wave clear. And blue team has both of those. That's why they are currently with the slight advantage.
Yeah, as you can see, yeah, they definitely do have that slight advantage here. And it's all about rotations right now, around, and the stuns coming up from the blue team as well is going to play a huge role for the blue team for sure. But right now they do have that 1 kill advantage. They are slightly ahead in EXP. As we mentioned, they do have the wave clear, you know, kill touch with the flame strike, even the Li Ming as well with his arcane orb. They can easily clear out those waves pretty fast. Whereas if you look at the red team, they rely more on those auto attacks and as well as on Illidan. So they have to be careful here. And Illidan, and as I mentioned earlier, I take a step back, not go too ham. Maybe let Tyrael go in first and maybe soak up some damage and soak up a few of the stuns before he actually decides to go in. So right now the red team, they do look like they have enough gems. I think Sylvanas just needs to turn in his 19 gems right now, and they should be able to get their first set of Web Weavers. I'm making sure not to pronounce them as Wet Weavers this time around. But yeah, Dwarf Toss away by Deadly Fat Man, and he and Diablo coming in from the side, just showing out his fire wave there. And that's going to be it. Deadly Fat Man though, he doesn't have his Dwarf Toss, and he has to be careful. Illidan stun finally is going to be up, and he's going to be able to get away, but Illidan now going to get caught here. So much burst damage coming up from him, but the heals from Rhaegar, as well as the Tassa that keeps him alive. And that's where the 2 supports come in handy. Sylvanas finally going to be able to turn in his... Was it Sylvanas? No, it wasn't Sylvanas that turned in, but someone managed to turn in their gems, which leads to them getting their first set of red Web Weavers. They are going to start pushing down this bottom, and that's like they're converging on this bottom lane, while Illidan and Tassadar remains at the middle. So they have to be careful though. Look at Deadly Fat Man. He's coming in from the side now. He comes with the Thunderclap. I don't think he's going to be able to set anything up just yet, especially not on a Tyrael for sure. Here comes the Web Weaver though, and he's pushing down. He's going to be able to push down these outer towers for sure. But I don't know if they're going to be able to get more. They might not even be able to actually get these towers here. It doesn't look like they're backing off. They're rotating towards that middle, which has already been dealt with. So
yep, so Li Ming was in the middle lane, managed to deal with the Weaver at the middle lane. But top lane though, Diablo is alone, so he needs some backup right here, or else the fort is going to go down.
Yep, top lane, they will be able to take down those towers. The Web Weaver is still pretty much intact at about half HP right now, but the red team, they're just rotating. While the blue team is distracted at the top, towards the middle and look to take out these outer towers, and this is going to give them you know, a bit of a boost in EXP. But it does look like they are still behind on EXP due to the fact that they lost that early kill and they haven't really been soaking up in those waves. Saphira could have easily got caught there, but he will be able to pull himself away. The egg will be spawning now, and I think the blue side, they will have enough as well. Here comes Dikaza though. He wants to prevent the turn in. He goes in for the kill, overpower into the shadow charge now as Dikaza taking quite a bit of damage. He's dropping really low. Shield's gonna be used up on him as well as Saphira going into the fray of things, but Dikaza, shield gonna be popped on him yet again. Saphira finally gonna fall. His bomb of an illusion is gonna come out and hit onto that Uther, but down he goes nonetheless. And Dikaza, he's gonna have to back off here along with the Kinky Fairy, and they will not be successful in stopping this Web Weaver push. So we're not seeing the magic from this Illidan lineup just yet.
Yeah, Black Sheep 5 is focusing a bit too much on the Illidan right now. They were so focused on trying to take out the Diablo with the 30 gems, and as a result, the blue team punished them really hard. Sure, you focus your attention to the Diablo, but you have to remember, they have 2 mages, 2 really strong mages in fact, in the form of Killfast and Li Ming.
You have 2 strong mages there to dish out all that hurt that world of pain onto the red team. And as you mentioned, you know, we saw Illidan going in, getting stunned out. He was just controlled so well, and Tyrael has to continuously pay for it with his life. They do not have their heroic talents just yet. They will be about to get it now. So they will be fine. They will be able to pick up the Sanctification and Ancestral Healing. They should be able to keep themselves alive a little bit more. And this is when they want to take the fight. Saphira goes in. MNGPK going to be able to blink away. Apocalypse is going to be used as well, but onto anyone. In goes the Dikuza. He is going to be able to heal up with the Ancestral Healing. He's diving deep in. Divine Shield going to be thrown out onto that Li Ming, but down goes the Keltas. He's already fallen. Saphira still going in. Sanctification already used. They want and are going ham here. Exit's going to get taken down as well. Uta finally going to fall. FZ dropping low. Deadly Fatman. He wants more. Haymaker going to be used as Illidan gets kicked over the tower, and he gets taken down as well. Tassadar now running for his life. They have gone a little bit too deep here. Saphira running away. Shadow charge into that overpower, but no follow-up from the rest of the blue team as they are chasing down Yamato. Tassadar trying to juke here around the corner to prevent them from having position to chase them down. So just a little bit too deep for the red team here. They just went in a bit too ham. They did take down the Keltas and the Uther early on, but Haymaker, man, I told you Haymaker works. Pushes Illidan all the way back past the wall and into his death there.
Finally, we see someone pick up Haymaker, Eric. Your dream has finally come true.
He has been listening to the stream, and thank you. Who's playing? Deadly Fat Man. Oh, I have to give props. From one fat boy to another fat man. Thank you for picking up the Haymaker for sure. As we saw you do work there. Illidan getting taken down, and that's exactly what they need to do. So they pick off 3 heroes. In turn, they turn the tides around. They pick off 3 kills for themselves, while the Blue-Red team only is able to pick off the Keltas and the Uther. Now they are gonna get themselves their own set of blue Wet Weavers. I believe their second set of blue Wet Weavers here, and they will be able to pick up the middle forts. Bottom lane, they are gonna deal with that Wet Weaver at the bottom as they rotate towards that middle. But right now, things are looking good for team Sabun. So yeah, Black Sheep 5 though, they do have a strong lineup nonetheless. Very well end this right here by winning this game and ending this tournament as long as they keep their composure and come back into this. Deadly Fat Man gonna run into Scrub. Has to be careful here, but it doesn't look like they want to set anything up. They are gonna lose both the top and the middle forts, and this is gonna push them to about 2 levels behind of a deficit right now.
Yep.
So
I do like the Pyroblast pickup by Keltas to quickly burst down the Illidan, but the timing on that has to be really good because otherwise Rhaegar's heal is just going to negate all of that damage.
Yep, Ancestral Healing out coming out from Rhaegar gives basically Illidan almost 3 lives, you can say. He has his own Metamorphosis up along with Ancestral Healing and Sanctification. The amount of healing that he will get as an Illidan is pretty crazy, and hopefully he just dishes out enough DPS and they will be able to lock down the Keltas and Uther, maybe not just dive a little bit too deep and get Haymakered again, and they should be fine. Because things were going well for them in that clash until he got Haymaker back into the fountain. So again, they just dove a little bit too deep there. And right now they are chasing from behind. They are almost a level and a half behind, a talent tier behind right now as well. It does look like, taking a look at talent tiers, it does look like Li Ming is going a semi-teleport build with Disintegrate. Generally, when you go teleport builds, you want to pick up the Wave of Force, but he in turns goes for the Disintegrate. Not too sure if I agree with that. I would have preferred going with the Wave of Force. That would have bring down the burst damage for when he teleports or the more higher. Pyroblast on Keltas actually this time are not going to be the Phoenix, so no zoning, but Pyroblast being picked up by that Keltas, so just the amount of burst to throw out onto the Illidan. They're going to try and take him down really quick. Apocalypse as well. Haymaker, as we said earlier, Divine Shield going to be picked up by Uther. Here we see though a clash about to happen. Saphira chasing down Deadly Fat Man, but it's just going to be a skirmish. And this does look like the red team is just going to turn in their gems to pick off their own set of red Wet Weavers. Taking a look at the red side, the heroic talents that they pick up, Ancestral Healing as mentioned earlier, Sanctification as well, Force, Metamorphosis, as well as that Wailing Arrow. That Wailing Arrow is going to play an important role due to the silencing, so they will need to silence out that Keltas as well as that Li Ming, and that could help them in getting the kills. But here we see a clash about to happen. FZ taking quite a bit of damage. Saphira in the front lines, no Sanctification, drop. Apocalypse finally going to be used, connecting on Tyrael, dropping really low. Sanctification finally going to be used, and Ancestral Healing popped up as well. Divine Shield gonna be thrown out onto FZ as he drops really low. MNGPK jumping in the backlines, but all of the blue team are so low on HP. Finally, we see Diablo dropping. Muradin gonna fall as well. Material and Sylvana's gonna fall alongside in the red team. This is now right now a 2-for-2 trade, but Dikaza once more, he goes in, tries to pick off Exist, will not be able to do so. Diablo falling pretty early on, will be able to get back up with his Souls Collective, and he is going to be able to join back into the fray of things. Dikaza now doing work yet again with the help of his 2 supports. He's doing quite a bit of damage. Exist dropping really low. He wants FZ. Force Wall going to be used as well. FZ is out of position here, probably going to get taken down as he does. Diablo this time around not going to spawn right back up. He's gonna have to wait 30 seconds. Unfortunate for him there, and well played by Black Sheep 5. This is exactly what we needed to see. Taking out the heroes early on, especially in the form of Muradin, and just not getting Haymaker back into the Oblivion, basically.
Yep. So that was, like you said, really well executed by Black Sheep 5. And there were so many invulnerability effects going on right there that the clash...
I think Discord is breaking up. Again, I did not catch what you said.
Yeah, Discord does that sometimes, it seems. Never mind. The red team is gonna sneak up a boss right here. Blue team has no idea what's going on. So they're gonna get a good push on this top lane.
Yep, Tasada just trying to buy some time here, this Yamato. Be careful not to get picked off himself. They will be able to pick off the boss, and they should be able to push down with it. 13 minutes into this game, the boss is going to be pretty tanky and do pretty big amounts of damage. It does look like the red team wants to split away from it though. They don't really want to push with it. I think they're trying to get a few more gems to push along with the boss, but maybe they should have thought about that before they went for the boss, because this boss is going to be dealt with pretty quickly, and it's just the tower that's going to go down. I don't think they're going to be able to lose a keep here. And the red side just going to be content with letting the boss do a bit of damage, but I disagree with their timing a little bit there. I think they're just going to try and go for the red Wet Weavers, but why not go with the boss and the Wet Weavers at the same time? So if they had timed that a little bit better, they would have gotten both. But it does look like they will just be content with picking up on the next set of red Wet Weavers while they pick up on a few more siege camps as they look to push down the rest of these lanes.
Yep, so here we go. A big push coming up on the bottom lane by Black Sheep 5. Blue team is mounting their defense right here. They need to execute this perfectly. Need to shut down the Illidan, or it might spell their demise.
Yep, the red team now knocking on their door along with the red Wet Weavers. Come here, they need to delay this as long as they can. Sephiria being really cheeky there, going in front, trying to poke them out. FZ, not too sure what he's trying to do, standing right by that wall. MNGPK though, he goes in with the teleport, does quite a bit of damage. Illidan isn't here just yet, not too sure what he's trying to do. He's pushing out that middle lane, so I kind of disagree. I'm not too sure what they were trying to do there. They do lose the bottom red Wet Weaver without achieving anything. Big thunder there. Sorry if you guys hear that on stream. It does sound like it's gonna rain here, but anyway, the clash is about to happen yet again. They do look like they are pushing down these outer towers. They should be able to get that. The top Wet Weaver is dealt with as well. This middle one is being pushed down right now. Sylvana's trying to maybe set something up here. Deadly Fat Man in the background, stunned in though. Onto Sephiria. Deadly Fat Man, he could be in no man's land. He has to be careful. Force Wall going to be used to block off the push of the blue side, and not much achieved from that at all. They were able just to pick down, you know, the middle towers. That's about it. So, not too sure what they were trying to achieve with those set of Wet Weavers. They do get down the top keep to about 20%. So that's just basically going to go down really soon. But the blue team now did a really good job in defending that.
Yeah, but you can see that Black Sheep 5 has a lot of respect for Sabun. They do not want to go in just balls to the walls, because one mistake and Sabun is going to capitalize on it and punch them so hard. As they're trying to turn in the gems right now. They have so many gems, 66 gems on the blue team.
Yeah, they have enough almost for 2 turn-ins here, so they don't want to lose those. And they're going to try and push out now to turn in those gems. And the red team, this is where they're going to try and stop them from doing so. As you can see here, the whole red team are converging onto this middle lane. FZ is just trying to get his gems turned in. Unfortunately, he's not able to do so. Sephiria is going to be able to blink in and harass them a little bit. FZ again still continuously trying. He's just like, hey, enough already. Overpower into the back because they're taking quite a bit of damage. No ancestral healing just yet. The shield just popped up. The Defense Man dropping really low, and finally he's gonna pop his ancestral healing onto that Illidan as Illidan now gives chase. but I don't know if this is going to be enough. Deadly Fatman dropping quite low. Haymaker finally going to be used here as he mounts up, and that's going to be all for now. They're just going to be able to stop out this push or this turn in by the blue team, preventing them from getting any of those gems turned in. It does look like FZ realizes that the red team is defending this though. Saphira though, he does notice it, throws out that sword and prevents it yet again. And another pause is going to be called out by Kinky, Fairy, and his team. So apparently by team Black Sheep 5, they're having some issues. But yeah, so far, really entertaining game. 6-6 in terms of kills for both sides. If you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the finals of the Malaysian finals happening right now. These two teams, Team Sabun Gaming and Team Black Sheep 5, have both qualified for C Regionals happening in 2 weeks' time. But right now, they're playing for prize money and seeding. Black Sheep 5 are 1 game up right now, so they just need to win 1 more game in this best of 3 series, and they will qualify and they will win. Not qualify, they will win ultimately the entire prize. Sabun Gaming, on the other hand, have a huge uphill battle to climb. They need to win basically the next 3 games. They need to win 3 games in a row in order to secure the first place prize money.
Yeah, for sure, as blue team mounting a strong offensive push in the middle lane right here, rotating to the bottom might not be the best of timings. They should consider just trying to further extend the XP advantage, try to get the level 20 heroics. But of course the Weavers are coming in right now, so they're gonna try their best on this bottom lane.
Yep, the Weavers are spawning up right now, so I think that's the reason for attempted push. But they have to be careful. They have to try and make themselves to that Storm Talons first, but it doesn't look like they want to do that. Illidan at the middle, dealing with the middle Weaver. It does look like the red side will be able to defend this blue one at the bottom, and this is what we're talking about, the amount of poke damage coming from the blue team with Keltas as well as that Li Ming. It does look like they should be able to in fact even take down this inner keep as well, because they're finally going to be able to deal with the middle Weaver. Will he make his way towards that bottom or not? That is the question. They finally will be able to take down this bottom Weaver themselves here. But it does look like the blue team is still sticking around for now, trying to maybe set something up, because has to be careful. He is okay. He was playing with fire there for a little bit, but the top Weaver is now going to push in at the top lane, while the rest of the blue team is going to rotate towards that top as well. Red team, maybe this might be the time to shine and go in just before they get their Storm Talons, but I don't think they're actually going to do so. And taking down this outer tower finally is going to give themselves the Storm Talons too. So definitely not the time to push in right now for the red team. Blue side, they know that the red team is going to be able to get their Storm Talons soon. They're just going to back off. They're content with picking out all the outer towers on every single lane here. So objective secured for them.
Yep, I mean, they still have 61 gems, so they're not really in a rush to push down the lane. They almost have a bit more just to turn in to get another set of Weavers.
Yeah, just a little bit more, and they can turn in yet again. I think 2 more actually, in fact, and they will be able to get themselves a next set of Web Weavers. Red team, however, they are still pretty far away. I think they're about 51 now. It's my math here. 53, sorry. My math is failing me. They're about 11 away. So right now, it does look like a clash is about to happen. Stun in onto that Sylvana. Seems to be in some trouble. Disintegrate going to be used as well. Saphira in the back lines. Dwarf toss away. Haymaker in on Dikaza. Nice force wall there to force him back a little bit. But after all that, still no kills from either team. Force wall still on cooldown, but it's going to be a short one. Pyroblast, in fact, still on cooldown by Keltas as well. So this could be the time for them to go in. Nope, Pyroblast is going to be right back up here. So they have to be careful. But Disintegrate still down for now. It's a really short cooldown though, so he will be back up really soon. But both teams playing it really safe here, as the Brit team trying to set something up. Again, you know, they do have a 2-game cushion, so they can afford to lose 2 more games, though they wouldn't want to. They can just end this right here, right now. But at least they have a 2-game cushion for sure. The blue team, though, they do have enough gems. It does look like they're trying to turn this in. The red team, they just have about enough, I think. It's no, 56 gems on them. They just need about 9 more. FZ, though, he's going to get poked out here as he gets caught. Nice force wall again, stopping the blue team from progressing in the team clash. But it does look like both teams just poking it out now. Dikaza finally going in. Damage. Saphira flying in. And the blue side just backing off. And now, ooh, Keltas caught in a really bad. And Apocalypse gonna his metamorphosis to go in and try to kill Enda, but he's changed his sight onto MNG PK. The rest of his team is chasing him down. Tasada following him. MNG PK gonna use integrate. No one falling just yet. As now look at Illidan. Finally, Divine Shield gonna be popped up onto FZFZ to keep him alive as well. Exist taking quite a bit of damage. Deadly Fatman in the background trying to rotate him around. But wow, after all that, no kills. Pyroblast now onto Scrub. Shield gonna be used as well as he eats it, so he's gonna be fine. But what a clash!
Yeah, somehow nobody died there the entire time. It's insane.
Yeah, so no one died there. Illidan was so killed us, and now Li Ming and the blue side will be able to summon their next set of blue Web Weavers, and this could be trouble for the red team, man. The blue side is doing a good job in running away. But yeah, right now at the top lane, it does look like they are looking to push in onto these inner keeps. It does look like the red team is trying to defend this as much as they can. Illidan's still at the bottom lane though. He might want to get to his team ASAP. It does look like the blue team is trying to push and converge in on this. He does have Metamorphosis, so he should be able to charge in. Saphira goes in right now. Deadly Fatman taking quite a bit of damage because here he comes. Metamorphosis not used just yet. Wailing Arrow by Sylvanas is going to be off cooldown right now. So this is now or never for the red team. Will they decide to go in for the push? Tornado gonna connect onto Saphira. Saphira gonna go in. Sanctification not used just yet. Here comes Dikaza though. He sets his sight yet again onto Endao. Endao, Dikaza gets Haymaker to the side. Endao gonna pop his shield as well. But he is gonna be able to take them down. Keotas is down. MNG PK dropping low as well. Exist drop. But they will not be able to finish Exist just yet, and it's Dikaza still setting his sights on Deadly Fatman. Wrong target, guys. Exist in the background is barely surviving, and finally he gets taken down. Nice two-man kill for them. Scrub gonna be able to finish off that Li Ming as well. Deadly Fatman now in full retreat mode, guys. I think it is almost GG. Scrub still chasing down Deadly Fatman. Look at those arrows doing work and damage onto Deadly Fatman. They're just trying to delay this as much as they can. Dwarf Claw is not gonna be enough. Look at that base though.
Uther is there.
Yeah, they might actually just raise it. FZ and Exist still alive. Gonna go for the core, but they do have Saphira to defend this out. I still believe that the red team has more DPS for sure. If you take a look at the core HP, the blue one already down to 90%. Nothing you can do about this at all. Best to keep, but how are you going to DPS race against an Illidan? It is all over, guys. GG, well played. Team Black Sheep 5 are your champions for today. They came through. Wait, what?
It's a BM pause.
That's so BM, Kinky. But yeah, GG is gonna be. And Black Sheep 5 are your champions for today, taking it 2-0. Congratulations to them, picking up 9,000 ringgit in cash prize and the first seed going into the going into the C regional. So, any last words, Bex?
Yeah, Black Sheep 5 definitely worthy of winning today. They've been training so hard. I'm sure you know as well how much they've been training, and they did it really well today. The Illidan pickup once again will just show us why it's always banned.
Yeah, why it's always banned, definitely. Especially if you're gonna win an Illidan, ban out the task. So we saw right there, and then Illidan done to perfection. Well, not perfection, but done really well, as they will secure their 2-0 win. Congratulations again to Black Sheep 5, as well as to Sabun Gaming. No taking away from them. They will qualify for C regionals as well, happening in 2 weeks. Thank you for all of those who tuned in throughout the entire day today, joining us from 10 a.m. till now for this stream. We really appreciate and value you guys tuning in and supporting us. Do make sure to tune in next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday will be the final group stages of the Singapore finals, where they are also playing. Relics and Resurgence will be playing it out for first and second seed prize money as well as seeding. On Saturday we will have the Philippines finals, and on Sunday I believe it is the Thailand finals. So make sure you guys tune in then. But for today, thank you again for all of you who tuned in. Again, crown champions to Black Sheep 5. Congratulations to them, and Sabun Gaming as well for qualifying for the regional finals. Ben, big shout out to our sponsors, Razer as well as XSplit. Thank you for that. And for all of you at home, see you guys. Float onto the MGPK yet again, but that's going to be all. MGPK dropping low as well. Phoenix barely missing out of him, dropping down to the last hit, but it is going to be disaster for them, as they probably are going to lose Endao as well. Shield going to be popped up on him, but they are chasing him down. They need to take him off, and down he goes. 3